Hi, my name is Steven, and welcome to Out of the Weeds Lawn Care. I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in to this first video of this channel, where we are going to focus on good mowing practices. Before we get started, I want to just give some background information about me. 4 years ago, me and my wife moved into our first house here, and I literally knew nothing about lawns. And I literally looked out, saw my neighbor across the street, and he has this just gorgeous, beautiful lawn, while I'm looking at mine and I have no idea what I'm doing. It's all brown, and they always say the grass isn't always greener, but in this case the grass was greener. So that kind of got me motivated to learn a little bit about this, so that I wasn't here having this nasty looking lawn while everybody else around me has this nice, beautiful lawn. So that got me started into doing this, and so over time I've learned a lot, and then I've kind of accomplished my goal, and I have a really nice lawn now. And so now I want to kind of try to teach other people that are maybe intimidated of getting into lawns, don't really know where to get started. And I get a lot of questions from people that just know me in general, and there is just kind of a lot of unknowns to people about kind of getting into lawn care. And so I want to kind of simplify that, and that's kind of the goal of this entire channel. So also I want to let you guys know that I live in Indiana, so I'm going to be dealing with mostly cool season grass. If you guys don't know what I'm even talking about with cool season or warm season grass, I'll put up a map on the screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Alright, so first I want to get started with a few lawn myths. And the first thing that I want to cover is the idea that lawn care takes a ton of time. I get that probably more often than anything, as I get people making comments of like, oh, I'd never be able to spend as much time in the lawn as you do, and stuff like that. And that is completely false. I spend very little time actually in my lawn doing things to make my lawn the way it is. I mow twice a week, and then once a month I'll usually put fertilizer down, and that is the majority of what I do for my lawn. I'm not out on my lawn every day. I'm not putting products and spraying things and spraying weeds every single day. The other thing is that lawn care is complicated, and I'll be honest, it can be complicated, and there is a lot of science behind it. But this channel is going to focus on is simplifying it in easy to understand terms to have just a beautiful, sustainable lawn year after year. And what you'll come to find out is once you kind of get your lawn started, it becomes easier and easier to maintain every year. For this video, I want to focus on mowing. Mowing, as I look around to different lawns, as I walk through my neighborhood and just see different people's lawns, one of the #1 things I notice that people do wrong is they don't mow correctly. And developing proper mowing habits is a huge first step in having a wonderful lawn. And it's something with mowing that we all do. And so if you're going to have to mow anyway, we should try to do it right, because it will honestly go far beyond anything else that I can teach you about lawn care. Is mowing will be the #1 thing and kind of your basis for everything that you do. So with that, I want to give you 3 mowing techniques to help you to mow your grass properly. #1 is mowing height. The #1 thing I see most people doing that do not have nice lawns is they cut their grass too low. With cool season grass, you want to stay between 3 to 4 inches to keep the stress off your grass and make it the easiest to maintain. People think they want that nice manicured lawn, and you have to cut your lawn down at 1.5 inches or 2 inches to get that. I mean, that's completely not true. With cool season grass, it loves to hang around that 3 to 4 inch mark. And most mowers, so just kind of in relation to where it's going to be on your mower, most mowers' top cutting height is somewhere between 3 3/4 inch and 4 1/4 inch. So depending on your mower brand, like mine for example, I have a Honda, and its top cutting setting is 4 inches. And so I know some of Toro's, theirs go up to 4 1/4. for Taurus sometimes, and you have to check different brands, and it all depends on the model as well. So just check that as well. But first thing you do, raise your lawnmower deck. This will go such a long way in helping you. And it is not true that if you cut your grass higher, that you're going to have to mow it more often. In general, we want to mow more often than what most of us are probably doing anyway. But in general, it'll take a lot of stress off your grass if you just raise the mowing height. Number 2 is mowing frequency. A lot of people combine these two together, and this is what really hurts their grass, is they mow it low, hack most of their lawn off, and then they just let the lawn go for like 2 weeks and let it grow tall up until it gets like your ankles, or you're worried about the HOA, somebody for calling the HOA on you, and then they go out and they just buzz the lawn again all the way to the ground. Well, what this does is it really stresses out the grass. So what you want to do is try to get into a habit of mowing every 3 or 4 days. And so if you raise the mower height up to 3 to 4 inches, in between that range, and then you mow every 3 or 4 days, you're not going to be taking that much off of the grass each time you cut it. And I have a perfect picture I'll put on the screen here of a recently, here within the past month, of I mowed, and I was mowing in between my houses with my neighbor, and I noticed they actually cut some lines on my property, and what they do is they mow their grass really low. So you can actually see, I'll show you in the picture, where you can see my grass is real nice and green, and then you see where it actually gets hacked down real low. And even my grass, it used to look really nice, and now it was just brown and burnt out and just didn't really look good. And all of that was just due to having the mower setting too low on the mower. One way I've found to keep it easy to get into mowing every 3 to 4 days is to pick one day as your full service, like called full service mowing. That's where you do your mowing, your edging, your weed eating, blowing, doing all of that, kind of give your yard the works. Do that once a week. On your other mow that you're trying to get in on the 3rd or 4th day, just make it a quick mow. That's what I always try to do. On that second mow that I'm trying to get in on the week, a lot of times, like, I don't want to spend my whole day out on the lawn doing a whole nother thing I just did 3 days ago. So I just go get the mower going and mow the grass real quick, and then I just take care of the weed eating and edging once a week instead of trying to do everything twice a week, which will just add a lot more time. Number 3 is mowing patterns. It is super important to consistently mix up the directions that you're mowing. And this is for two main reasons that I see of why it's important to constantly mix it up. Number 1 is if you consistently mow in the same direction every single time, you will begin to generate ruts in your lawn, which will then make your lawn bumpier, and you'll actually even be able to feel it. Like, it'll feel like your tires on your lawnmower almost get on tracks. And that just happens from continually mowing over the same spot, so the weight of your mowers sinking down those spots. The second thing with mowing patterns is that it also helps to keep your grass from getting matted down. Later on in future videos, I'll talk about striping your lawn, but most lawn mowers have a little sweeper kind of on the back of the lawn that kind of drags across the grass, kind of laying it over, and that's kind of where you start to get some of your stripes and stuff that you see in the lawns. And so what will happen is if you're consistently mowing the same way, your grass kind of gets used to going the same way, and it'll actually start to lay down and won't stand up as well as what it used to. So changing up the mowing pattern definitely helps with that. I have this little clip that I made on my phone, which is kind of showing some different mowing patterns that I implement into my lawn.
You have a diagonal to the left pattern up and down your lawn. You have a diagonal to the right pattern up and down your lawn. Next we have a vertical pattern. Then we have a horizontal length of your lawn pattern. And then you can see here on this mow, I actually had some kind of a wavy pattern throughout my lawn, and then I even kind of did a little bit of a curved pattern.
So just a quick recap: make sure you guys are raising your mower height between 3 to 4 inches. Number 2, mowing frequency. Start mowing every 3 to 4 days at that higher setting, and that way, so you're not taking off so much grass blade, keeping your lawn looking better and looking green. And then number 3, your mowing pattern. Make sure each time you mow, change up the mowing pattern a little bit. Rotate between 4 or 5 different mowing patterns to always get a little bit of a different look and feel for your lawn. And so with that, that's all I have for this video. In the next video, I'm going to talk about watering our grass. Especially in the summer with cool season grass, it's very important to have a really good watering schedule and to water properly, so that way you can maintain a nice green looking lawn. If you guys like this video, go ahead and put it down in the comments and like this video, and just give a shout out from where you guys are from, and so that way I can kind of interact with you guys, or any questions you may have, just go ahead and put them in the comments, and I'll get to answering them for you guys. But with that, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys next time as we get out of the weeds and into a beautiful lawn. Thank you.